Hi kiddos, welcome to another tutorial on how to use some art techniques. This one we are going to be talking about line and how your line work can affect your art. First, some quick definitions. One, line, a path created by a moving point or mark made on a surface. This should be in your sketchbook, so take a moment, pause this video, write this down. All right. Lines can be thick, thin, solid, or broken. So you can use a line in many different ways to show kind of different things. Lines can also be diagonal, vertical, horizontal, angled, and or curved. All right, so that's some definitions for line. Now, we are going to be doing a contour drawing, and some definitions for that, again, should be in your sketchbook. A contour is a line that defines a form or edge. A contour line drawing follows the visible edge of a shape it describes and the outermost edge of a form, as well as the changes in plane within the form. So basically, you are really describing everything that would be considered an edge of the form, or also changes in the plane. So that means when something goes down or comes up or curves around. So that is what a contoured line drawing is. We are going to be drawing, we're going to choose an object, just like you, and I'm going to be drawing this, a pair of scissors. So a contour line drawing, you need to include all of this information. This flat surface, this surface over here, this is the change of plane. It is no longer flat, it is changing. This little indentation. So we're going to be drawing all of that information. How you should start this off. One, remember how I told you need to really observe your artwork. So you're going to do that. Observe what you're drawing. Spend a lot of time looking at it, really getting to see how this looks like this. After that, you're going to kind of start off making some very nice angles. Focus on the angles first. Make it a little bit more geometric in shape. I know there's some really nice, you see this is curved, but here I put some angles. That's just to help me get the overall shape first. Now, there is a warning. Please do not start off this dark. The only reason why this picture is really dark is so that you can see it on the camera. But if I was drawing this just like outside of this video, I wouldn't start this dark. I would have very light lines. You want to always start light and then get darker. Something a little bit closer to this. You see how light it is? It's not very dark, all that. Well, we don't want to, this is what you want to kind of have in the beginning. You have your angles in there, you have light lines, and now you can go in and start adding details. A little trouble with the camera. But yeah, so how I do this. So I'm observing this, and I'm going to kind of start, over here where I see all this information. I'm going to come back in. Maybe where things overlap, I draw a little bit darker, and then I get a little lighter as I get further away, or a little bit thicker. Really what I want to see from you guys from this project is basically some variations in your line. I don't want to see the same line throughout. I want to see some thick lines, some thinner lines, just to show that there are differences in this area. Depending on whether or not the lines are thick or thin, they could push an object further back or pull it forward. So I'm going to just kind of So For this area, since it's a very delicate kind of change, I'm going to have a very nice light line. Where maybe the top line is a little bit darker, a little bit thicker. And this nice delicate little bottom line. Alright, for those, don't try to draw, if you have a large, like a long line like this, don't try to drag your whole pencil across, slowly build upon it, but try not to make it look too sketchy. You also want to pay attention to what you're drawing. Like this, you don't want your lines to go kind of like that. That makes it look kind of hairy, or it has texture. This is steel, it's very smooth, they're very nice slim lines, very sleek. So you want to slowly build upon that. Again, a nice delicate little line underneath. So already I have a nice little variation in my line. This is also really delicate. Oh, I said I'd play music. There you go. If you hear anything that you recognize, let me know next class, and you will get a sticker. I have some cool hedgehog stickers, Star Wars, all the good stuff. So I'm looking at this. What also could be a difference is plain is you see this? How we have this nice little shine up here? I'm going to include that. Very light line. Again, always start off light. If you go too dark, too quickly, you're going to have too many lines and you're not going to know what to do with all of them if you try to erase it. So again, you want to stay on the light side and then go a little darker. Okay. So I'm seeing this is really skinny as compared to this, so I want to change that. Be able to observe your mistakes. It's okay. Everyone has them. And try to correct them. I want you guys to be a little bit more critical of your work. I'm going to draw this plane in here, and a good way to do that is I'm going to have this nice dark line over here. So this comes forward. This looks like it is in the front. This is a little lighter. It recedes, goes to the back. You could use, this is how you can use line to help direct your eye to certain areas first, and then feed them to a different one. Alright. You could also see I have these little lines over here and over here. That's kind of how I measured out, like, do they end kind of on the same line, or does it continue slightly above it? So this one, it continues slightly out, and this one is a little bit more on the same line. You could use your pencil for that, or if you've seen people use their fingers, like when they hold their thumb up and then they move it around. That's them measuring out where exactly or like everything lines up. This is a good introduction to that concept. We'll be using that again when we do our still life. But for now, we'll focus on this. Now. Sorry, music stopped. Anyway, sorry about that. This shape kind of wraps around this form. You could add, when things wrap around each other, you want to curve it towards the end so it looks like it's disappearing behind it. That way, it gives a stronger illusion of something is like they're actually interlocked. You also see I have this line in here that I'm going to erase now. But I drew that just so that I can see kind of the continuation. You could do things like that to help you. And then just draw it really light and erase it later. It's a lot easier to just draw a straight line than it is to come back and figure out exactly where they would line up. So we have this nice line over here for this. There's also, I'm not going to talk about it right now, but normally when you do these drawings, you also kind of show where the light hits. But we're going to put that off. That's alright if you don't include that. Not all of them are going to have it. So what I really want you guys to focus on is just really trying to get all the plane and edges. We could talk about lights another day. So again, you'll kind of see, looking how this line kind of continues into this one, so I'm going to do that. Darken it up. You can go back and you can clean up your lines, it's fine. When I sketch, I get a little messy. I always go back and kind of clean things up a little bit. Like over here, you see how I kind of have these lines sticking up. What I really want to do is I want to go back and I want to smooth that out just to get a stronger line. There are times when you can use that little kind of fraying effect, but since this is such a smooth object, I want it to be really smooth. So, just flipping it over, seeing if there's any other long lines. Alright, now I'm going to focus over here. So this is my outermost part. I'm going to kind of darken that up. And then I'm going to add my nice little ledge for the difference in that. So this is, alright, this is a contour line drawing. This is what I'm trying to see from you. You see how I have this dark line, I have really thin ones. A lot of the lines here are a little delicate, but there is some variation throughout it. I hope this was helpful. This is what you guys are going to be aiming for when you come in for class. And when you come in, we'll go over some more things. But thank you for watching.